Disclaimer: the information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GAN's processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent His messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the message, not to oppose, but by them understanding through those who have become messiahs, to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque and in the same church in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion that is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who were the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, the path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness. By giving will create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to become arrogant in the power that you have understood and you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised, and this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul, and we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of the president. They all shine irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look to our soul, we see nothing but a star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand. To be there, to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become. In being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life in a new dimension, which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle. Which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe and in the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Hello and welcome everyone to the 218th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace here on Tuesday, April 19th, 2022. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the public teachings in English. My name's Rick Crammond and I'll be a host today along with Mark. And I think we're ready to host the members of the Universal Council here who will be presenting today's workshop. And let me get that ready here as we get going. And there we go.
Thank you, my dear Rick. Thank you so much. And all the love always. I will say, and welcome, my dear ones, dear beautiful souls, to the beautiful energy of Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute, to the beautiful energy of knowledge seekers, truth seekers, to the beautiful energy of universal councils and universal souls, to the beautiful energy of one planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. With this, I will say a few words of my experience. As my Messiah says, Shriman M. Keshe says that if you wish for peace, there is always a way, and there is a plan of beauty and totality. Here in this physicality, what we say plan is like flat, planning for banking, for deposit money in the bank, planning for a marriage, planning for this thing and that thing. But then planning for a family, have that occurred according to the way they behave in this physicality? I will share some few words about my grandmother and grandfather. My grandmother, then their grandfather have 13 children, and they were very happy, close-knitted family. But my grandfather's elder brother was very rich, and they have no children. So, but she was very good, a very good and wise woman too. But then they have gone temples, giving charity, have given charity to other people, and done what they have to do in this physicality, giving gold jewelries to the idols in the temples. But that the son and the child never came. But what has happened is, in a way, one day my grandmother was a friend of her, very close friend. She said to her that, Ananta, I want to say that I have dreamed about a child in my dream. There was already my grandfather was already given birth to two children, and she doesn't know she was going to be pregnant again. And then she said, Ananta, I said that I have dreamt about your child. So the other grandmother says that, how could it be possible? I have dreaming about the child for so many years, and in your dream he came or she came. So she says yes. My grandmother says yes, and he's a boy. So she was so sure. And then the second day she got the news that she's pregnant. And when the child was born, she gave that child to my grandfather's elder brother. And she was so happy that the child came in this way. So here the universal creator works, the universal unified field works in this way. You have to, if you have a plan, it has to be soulful and spiritual too. In a way, this is the science, we know. And this is explainable. You cannot have a flat plan to manifest everything. It can manifest material of your type, but it cannot manifest the soulful and spiritual way if you don't want to. So this is the way in the planning. Here in India, we say yojana. All the conditions should be there. I was talking with Dean also tomorrow, Sorry, yesterday, that if you say a dean, then this is dean is the name, and there is so much in this name, in and around the whole condition. So I will say, make a plan, my dear ones, this time. So this spiritual, scientific, knowledgeable plan, and you know what the knowledge is to be in this path of peace, which is very clear. And this is the beauty and totality of all that is of the Creator to create humanity and to give humanity the beauty and totality of that is universal. And we are the part of it, separated by this, well, the matter state in a way very dense. So we have to diverge from that. The plan is to diverge, to converge from the divergence to a way that we can understand that this is enough for us. This is enough. Now we are in a plan, and now we have to be we have to welcome others in this peace path of peace. So this is what I want to say, that my dear ones, this is the time, and there is a plan for all of us in all love of the Creator, who is one. So I will read these beautiful sentences. Uh, Through the beauty of the soul of diversity of the languages spoken on planet Earth, all souls are as equal, and all are as creators, as they are created in the image of the Creator. So beautiful. So this is the way, my dear ones, the universal unified field works in this plan of beauty and totality. This is not plan. This is dimensional. This contains all that is love. So thank you for listening to me. Salam, namaste, salute, beautiful souls. Rick, can we go to the next slide? Yes, this is the 5 minutes of silence, which is 24/7 continuous, for the elevation of the soul of the 5+1 peace negotiators, the soul of the IAEA, all souls working for peace in Vienna, the soul of humanity that includes all that is the soul of the world leaders and religious leaders of planet Earth. So the silence start now. Thank you. Thank you, my dear ones. Thank you so much for being present. Thank you with all the love that is. And thank you from the core of our heart and soul. Rick, can we go to the next slide? Here, the wish. My dear Moshfik, can you read the wish with your kind and peaceful voice? Moshfik, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can read
Oh,
it.
oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, I'll read the wish. We, the Universal Council, wish for the elevation of all people in power and all existing souls, 24/7, nonstop, until we achieve the manifestation of world peace. Thanks.
I am present.
I'm present. I'm present.
I am present.
I am present.
I'm present.
Rick, now we can go to the next slide. Beautiful wish. Yeah. Stefania? Hello, Stefania? Can you hear me? Hello, Stefania, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I just
welcome, my
just a
dear.
second.
Welcome.
Yes, sorry, I have to just get a better position for my internet. Sorry. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and welcome to this Tuesday meeting. And I want to talk about One City, One Center, this project that we, just a second, I'm just going to take off my headphone, 1 second. Yeah, now it's better, sorry. Can you hear me properly?
Yes, it's very good.
Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna try to not to shout. Yes, so today I was gonna talk about the One City, One Center project, and I was trying to make a connection to the last public workshop with Mr. Keshe. And there are a point that he was talking about that stays in my head, and it gave me an idea that I want to share with you today, and it's regarding One City, One Center project. And so last Thursday he was talking, I'm sure it was last Thursday when he was talking about that we are like a farmer that make the seeds in the land, and we plant in many seeds, and knowing that the fruit or whatever we planted, a plant, a tree, someone will benefit from it. So he will not worry, he will just be busy on making preparation and then put the seed into the ground. So if I this from my understanding of what Mr. Keshe said, he said that the knowledge seeker are has to be a little bit like that we put in seeds without not worrying how much seeds we put in, because we know someone will be hungry, will benefit from the fruit of tomorrow. And then I connected with the fact that same week this Shaolin monks said that our thoughts are seeds. And this is something that kind of unites us, all of us, and empowers us as well, because he was saying that the seeds, everything you think is a seed, and that can be a plant tomorrow or a fruit tomorrow, whatever you want it to be. And then obviously he was saying that the very powerful matter of fact, he was saying that when people complain or judge, and this I told last week, this can create a war in the long run when you hear words. So again, these are another things that empower us, and the fact that our thoughts are seeds and they can grow to something really big tomorrow. So I thought, okay, one thing we can all do that keep us united, like one big family. You know, this is one city project. So in the one city project, it works with the collective. It has to be the collective of all, because the plasma knowledge, the universal knowledge, the knowledge of the universe is so vast and it reach every field that you need the total collective of the old people of all around the world to bring us to the next level. So I thought, how can we, as we're present today, where we can start, what we can do together as a collective, what we can do that together that no one is excluded. Doesn't matter your background or your financial situation. I was thinking what we can all do together, no? And obviously, every week we're making wish. We know the power of the wish, and also Mr. Keshe taught us that we have to focus on the fields. We have to focus on the fields. The fields are more powerful than the guns, the plasma water, you know. And we know now, most of us now who follow the knowledge of the universe and the knowledge that Mr. Keshe sharing every Thursday freely with everyone equally. We know now that the thoughts are fields, and our thoughts are actually can do stuff. So, and I remember the experiment, the rice experiment. I don't know if you can Google it, or you can put it in the internet and search for it, where with your thought, you have the same rice that you cooked and you put in 3 different jars. And in one jar, you write love, and the other jar, you write indifference, and the other jar, you write hate. And you can see that the jar, after a month, you can do this. You can do this in your own home for everyone who's skeptical, or for everyone who doesn't believe. You know, for all those people that are actually, it's very good to have those people, because they are the one who try things, and you can see for yourself that with your thoughts, if you have the jar of love, and you every day you give him a nice love feelings and you send him love, and then you have the indifference jar, you don't care about this jar at all, like if it's not there, and then you have another jar that you actually hate, and you after a month you can see it's been done many times, where the rice that you send love, it's intact. It's like if time stop, it didn't age, it didn't get mold, it's perfectly fine. And then you got the rice that you are indifferent. That one's got some mold. It looks definitely going off. And then you have the rice that you think really negative every day, and you tell him so many negative things, it really look moldy and really, really off. So we can all do this in your home, and to prove to yourself the power of your thoughts. So there are magnetic fields, and they do stuff. Then we go back on what Mr. Keshe and the Shaolin monks said, that the thoughts are seeds. So you know now that whatever you think is going to affect, and then then you're responsible, self-responsible. Everyone can just think about if we have a common vision to make peace. This is what we sign the peace treaty for. So if we look during the day, everything who give us peace or joys or any nice things that we enjoy, if we focus on those thoughts, they can be a seed of a perfect world tomorrow or now, or when the time is right. And then if you listen, Mr. Keshe last week when he said, no, just don't worry, just seeds. Be like a farmer. Someone will benefit from it. And then I thought, okay, why we don't, because we meet up every Tuesday, so for One City, One Center, this can unite us all. The power of our intention and working at the soul level. The common dominator, it's our soul, and we know that the soul, the creator is pure love, pure unconditional love. So this we establish, and we establish that if you take the word love, it's just fields, the strongest fields in the universe that connect us to each one of us. So this is our common dominator, and also to the source that people call different names. You can call the creator, no? So I was thinking maybe as an exercise, what we can do, because there are many of us, we are knowledge seeker. Then we got the Universal Council, that the Universal Council represent each languages group. So already is a quite powerful group of people to, if each one of them represent a languages group. Then we have the Universal Council supporter. They support the Universal Council and the knowledge seeker. And then we have all the people are looking for true knowledge and the knowledge of the universe that we call knowledge seekers. So already all of us and all the new people who are listening today, we are many. So we got a number here. So what we can do together right now, 24/7 if we can, because we're all of us, where the advantage is that we are in different countries, in different timing, so it can be 24/7 easily between all of us. That is where the power comes, when we work as one city, one center, one family, one race, one nation. That is the power. So then I thought, okay, so we can practice the replication cup, because now we know all of us, we are plasma device. We can replicate. So we can practice, all of us, be a replication cup. And we have no limit here. Here you can really extend your imagination as much as you want. The good things of work on the fields is that we can just imagine or dream and make the dream reality. And you can take it as far as you want, and at bigger as you want. No limits. No one can stop you. You now are unstoppable. And so I was thinking, why as together, we all signed the peace treaty as one world peace. Okay, so that's what we want. We establish this, a common wish. We're here, so our soul committed. So let's practice so that the fields are the strongest tool we have. Everyone can have it, no one excluded. We can all do together at the same time or 24/7. So now we can recall feelings. So if we want, obviously, if we want to world peace, we have to create condition for that. So we have to start thinking, be a replication cup of all the feelings that bring us joys, happiness, peace, you know, all the things that you want to include in the perfect world, all the feelings and sensation. So you pretend like you won a lottery, and this Mr. Keshe told us in the motion. Why don't you have to, in the morning when you wake up, you pretend you won a lottery, and you can just with your mind, you can go as far as you want and visualize your perfect world, no limits. So we can do this all together. And as we become the replication cup of the things that make us feel good, also we can like expand in the whole planet. So for example, and this I know that shaman do, you know, if we learn from the shaman culture of the South America, I know they have these things called vision quest, where there are a group of people that don't eating, and they're in remote place, no eating, no water and nothing. And then they have a group of people who, when they eat or when they drink or when they dance or when they sing, they recall, they pay attention on what they're doing, the feelings of it, and they transfer that feelings to the people they're supporting, because they know they don't have food, they cannot drink, and they get the fields fed. So in this way, we can start to really think that we can support the people who cannot reach food. So when we eat, if we are mindful on when we're eating and we pay attention to the food and everything of the whatever it is, then we can transfer these feelings, once we recall them and we know how to replicate, to they can be put up there like the farmer who seeds, and the people who are starving, they can get fed by the fields, no matter in which part of the planet they are, on in which situation they are. They can reach for because their wish is eating, so they can reach for that field. So we bring available all those field strength as a replication cup. So we learn how to replicate them, and the people who are in need can access to them, and we can balance then the fields so people get what they need at the point of need. We could support each other at the soul level. So the next time you have the sun facing on you and you feel the heat of the sun in your face, there are people who wish to be in the sun because maybe are locked in a house with no light for any reason. They wish to have the sun, and they can recall. They can pick up these fields, and we can send it to people who need the sun. So we can support each other on each part of the world. So if you feel the stomach's full, or you can transfer that feelings so people don't need to eat because they're receiving the fields of the food. So and we can take it beyond the earth and beyond the universal community. So we can really start to create this connection with the universal community as well. So be available for every soul, like the farmer, you just seed, and all the people that will wish to have that type of things you seeds, they will receive it. So we have to just keep seeding so pay attention to when you walk, for people who cannot walk. So I was thinking to do this as a project as One City, One Center, because I was thinking we're also MAGRAPH, so we're all connected with one another. So who wants that field you put out, they will receive it. So in this way, we just support each other in every level. And we can see as a project or as an experiment, we can take it as far as we want and see the result. What you think? So I hope you like. I don't know if you understood my intention.
Stefania, can I say something?
Yes.
Hello? Oh, thank you, my dear. I wanted to say that is so inspiring, I will say. I was also, as a knowledge seeker, I know the knowledge, but I was not focusing on this point of view, you know. But from now, I felt it many times, but sometimes I lose, I forget, you know. Sometimes very hungry, I forget. So this time, this is beautifully you said the intentions of us in the field of dynamism of the universal creator. We are the inventor, we are the investor, and we are the shareholders. So this is very beautiful. You know, when we the intention is to give, that we are here to serve in the way that we are satisfied in the need, and now we are in the position to give. It is always should be in focus, and this is the replication of the cup that we are. And I will say a few words about this, how it works. You know, there was an American marathon man who was marathoning in the desert, in the Sahara Desert, and he didn't, because he was not from there, he was not able to understand the condition of that desert, you know. But he was just walking and walking and walking. I mean, slowly running. But then he understood that he cannot do it properly because the condition is so harsh and so hot, and he was not prepared for that. And then suddenly he started seeing a mirage of an oasis, a real oasis. I mean, he was seeing a mirage of beautiful trees and a water body, people. He started to see that, and with that mirage, he ran almost 17 hours more, and then really he went. He was there in the real place of the oasis. There was an oasis, and that was a mirage that he sustained because of that mirage. So that was a food for him. He has given that services by, and by the intention of the people of the oasis. They always thought that because they thought from their heart and soul, the desert is so hot, nobody should be lost. Everyone should come here. And the man came at the oasis, and they fed the man, and he was not tired. That is the thing. He was happy that he was here, but he never felt that he was not in around trees and around people. He just in the mirage, you know. The actual feeding has taken place emotionally because of this mirage, and he was able to run 17 hours at that hot sun. So this is the way this intention works, you know. And I also am focusing from now on this, as we are all shareholders, giving the beauty in the dynamic fields. Whenever we feel, whenever we do in the dynamic fields, we share and we receive. As we receive this knowledge, we are a giver of this knowledge. So thank you, Stefania, for your beautiful words and kind words. Thank you so much. Anybody wants to say anything about this? This experience presentation.
Hello, this is Mosfek. Can you hear me? I hope you can hear me. And I would like to add a few more things. As Stefania was talking about, the link to the universal community towards the end. And perhaps it's time for us to get a little more familiar with this link. So as knowledge seekers and of Keshe Foundation, we are all familiar with the idea that maybe the time for going to space is very near. And so part of this experience of going to space is not just, physical movement to space, but be part of this space as it is outside this planetary environment. Yes, at this moment we are somewhat confined. I will say somewhat because our soul always has the option to traverse beyond this confine of this planet, much like it has the ability to travel beyond the confine of our physical body. So in a way, maybe we are not as new to this game as we may think. We have been at it for a while in a form in which we did not have as much faith, but it exists. So we have a situation on the planet right now, which is part of our learning process or evolution. Yes, it has some, difficult moments. There is no question about it. But these situations that we are facing now, yes, we are using wishes and other capacities that we are developing, whether using plasma technology, soul level, and various other ways. One of the elements that we may want to think about gradually adding to this repertoire of things that we are currently practicing is this link to the universal community. It is another step for the coming space travel as well. But given our situation on this planet, we can use this link to have a two-way exchange of fields between us and those who are outside the limits of this planet. So how do we go about doing such a link which builds confidence in our ability to interact, as well as which makes the universal community closer to us? Yes, they are given their capacity. Some of them are well aware of our situation. But what we can do is that we can extend our wish in a way so that we can invite the universal community to join in with us. Join in to bring the same wish for our local environment on this planet. So it's not just when we say we wish. When we say we wish, we can think about we together with the universal community wish. It's a very simple change. Simple, positive, yet very powerful. So as we plug into a more powerful source, what does it do? Or higher strength field. Our speed of operation, we are operating at a higher strength. May not be quite zero time, because we still at a physical level need some adjustment. So, things may take a different turn or twist, as if in a tornado, as if in a storm. All of a sudden, things change very rapidly. So this is one of the ramifications of engaging higher level field strength. We have sometimes experience of like dramatic change, life changes, like for some reason we decide to do something. Why? So often it is the soul, at the behest of the soul, our own soul, we make such drastic decision. So think of the having the universal community in the same way. We're engaging a higher level field. And since we are connected to this field, the storm may change the course of the direction rapidly, but we are with it. So we may have the ability then to quickly adjust and make the necessary change for the better. So it's a very simple way of beginning to forge the link with the universal community. So as we step outside the confine of the planet, we are no longer strangers to each other, for we are beginning to work already in bringing the planetary situation in to a better state. So it's kind of like the same thing, like by doing things together with friends, we forge our friendship. So the same thing, it's not any different, but at a different field strength, where we are engaging higher field strength, and they know that we can engage and operate at that level. They become familiar with us, and we become familiar with them. So it's a link that's happening in multiple dimensions, and from the physical change of our planetary existence to what space travel holds in not too distant future of ours. So let's do it and have fun with it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my dear Mashfiq. Very true. For your kind words. Here, we are all universal. Humanity is a part of the unicos, the universal civilization, universal community in the fields of the universal creator. This is simply that. This is the nature of us. We just lost that in time. But now, with this knowledge, we can simply, as Mashfiq said, link us with them. As they are linked, they're always with us. But we have separated ourselves with different thought process. But now, even we don't see, sometimes we know that is there. So here we see the sunshine, but there is a moonshine too. So be connected. Universally, we are all universal. The soul goes in the universe, comes from the universe. So they never go. So as we are going to be. Thank you, my dear Moshe. Thank you so much. My dear Rick, can we go to the next slide? Mojan, my dear Andreas, Stefania, welcome, my dear.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Shweta. This was a very beautiful introduction from Stefania at first, and then from Mosfeq. As the second, we actually could just go to what I prepared. The last words from Mosfeq, have fun, would just be nice to hear again. And then we play the video here. And this will be a little surprise for maybe all of you, but it is time, as we heard it before, and we would like to share more as the Moshan. So maybe we can ask Mosfeq again for repeat that one last sentence, and then we go to the video that I prepared.
Let's have more fun.
I'm not hearing any audio. Andreas, is there any audio?
Confirm that.
Sorry for that. Let me see. I think I just started again.
Still don't hear any audio if it's supposed to be there. When you
It should work.
when you
Let me try again, Rick.
yeah, maybe try sharing the screen again, and make sure you have the audio checked for the screen for the video sharing.
Ah, yes, that wasn't. Thank you.
Okay, good.
Okay, that's it. So we are starting from next week on Monday from 6 to 9. A spot that we especially focus on the Mehran program, and we set up a training. So basically there will be a couple of steps as well as an overview, and you already saw it back in the background here. So behind the planet here, that's like a map that we're going through, and we try to give you an overview and the way of how you can integrate everything that you might have lost on the way here. The teaching will be in English, but also in German if needed, and also if I get used to French again, I can also speak some French. And then we have Stefania with the Italian community. And if we manage to get the other two motions again, we can even make the audience reception bigger to basically embrace the whole planet. So MOSFEC is, I think you just saw, literally we were in space just a couple of minutes after you were announcing that it's not that far anymore. And it's very beautiful to see how the things fall into place when we just focus on that one planet, one race, one nation, and peace for everyone.
Andreas, on the Mondays, no, there is one Monday that there is also testimonial, so we have to count that too. I think in that day we have to kind of, because there is a testimonial 8 p.m. Every second Monday of the month. So
yes, I'm aware of that. Nevertheless, we will just do the teaching, and I will like to see that at least one motion can be present every Monday, and so we should manage to basically focus on the teachings we had and how we can share the knowledge, and especially also the practice with exercises and the understanding of how you as a soul is basically in existence with all of us.
yeah, I was thinking maybe that Monday can be an hour instead of 2, 6 to 7. So it doesn't clash with, no, sorry, 6 to 8. So it doesn't clash with the testimonial.
Another idea is that you could actually bring the Mehran teaching into testimonials, because in a way it is a testimonial, and you could maybe use an hour of the testimonials group to present the Mehran teaching. Even you probably do both Zoom rooms at the same time even.
So let's then.
That's good. That's good. I like that.
Maybe we can merge them together. Yes, why not?
Yeah.
That could be fun. So that's on, let me see the date here. May 9th is the next testimonials meeting, Monday, May 9th. So that's, what, 3 weeks from now? Or 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, whatever, something like that.
Yeah, we have some warm-up time till then.
Okay, great. That's a good idea.
Yes, very good idea. Very beautiful, my dear Andreas. And I will ask, anybody have any question to Andreas or Stefania about this particular presentation they want to do about practice. And anybody have any question, my dear?
I have a quick question. I'm wondering, with the spelling that you've done here, I know it must be deliberate. At first, I thought you made a mistake with Moon Day as opposed to Monday. But then I see the Zoom has an extra O as well, and how they all line up here on the screen. Could you explain that? Is there some significance behind that?
Well, thank you for the question, Rick. I try to put as much knowledge into those scenes and visualizations. And of course, when there is coming to text, this is basically, from the many to one, or singularity, or from one to many. So that's that little play with the O's here. But there is not also it's not only a 0 or a letter O, but it can be also, like ones. And there was in the first presentation maybe this this setting with the many ones, where I actually didn't explain it, but we will talk about that, how you basically fuse and disperse in many ways energy or yourself. And so this is like, like a ladder game. So from 3 to 1 countdown, or an up counting, as you wish. It's both ways.
Okay, thank you.
Can I say something, Andreas, about
Please.
the moon? As you written the Moon Day, actually, here in India, Monday is celebrated as Moon Day. We here, because the complete knowledge has not known, even me, I don't know even properly. But now, in a way, somehow, the Moon Day is very gravitational, and like the soul day. The moon day is the worshipping of the moon. And because the moon has the power of this gravity of attraction of the oceans and all, that day here they usually go vegetarian, and sometimes they fast. But that is the way here in the Monday is actually the Moon Day, the day of the moon. And this is how I know. And the day of the soul, the extreme gravitational pull, and with the magnitude you can see, both is yeah.
And guess what day June 6th is? The day that Mr. Keshe was talking about. We go to the moon, we start the process, and the connection with the universal community happens to be on a Monday. So Monday, June 6th is moon. That'll really be moon day.
Yes, they are going to the moon. Exactly. That is very
That's
true.
Funny.
Yeah. Yes, here
Very nice.
we celebrate.
I wondered about that, then I just looked it up, and wow, look at that. June 6th is a Monday. A moon day, sorry.
Yeah, last Thursday was a motion day, again, for a coincidence. And we talk about the resurrection on Easter. And now we go the motion project. I think is all, because resurrection, last week Mr. Keshe was talking about Jesus and the resurrection, that is actually the transmutation and the transformation of the element. And in the motion project, Mr. Keshe was focused only on the soul teaching. So his goal was to really focus on the soul, and so transformation, transmutation of the element. and today, Andrea announced the workshop all coincidence, but all good.
Any beautiful souls? Anyone has any question or anything to share about this particular moment?
See, Snap has a microphone open, but I'm not sure if he wanted to speak.
Hi, Rick. It's Dean here. May I say a few words?
Of course.
Thank you. So going back to the presentation earlier, and what Stefania was speaking about, this the thoughts and intentions, the connection of giving energy. So we have a condition where each and every person, soul, son, present is has an energy transfer within inside themselves and outside themselves, a field interaction, and we're all part of this. We all breathe the same air, and we're all part of them in this matter state. We're all together as one, whether we like it or not. We all are one race, one group of people, one soul, one planet, one nation. We already are this because we all live on this blue planet that we'll see in front of our eyes in this very moment. When I saw the pictures earlier, I saw the star formation of the units that have been in the Linz exhibition and placed around Arizona and in Iran. And this star formation, as we know, if you followed some of these recordings, is part of the structure of the man. You have it with your lungs and your heart, and this beautiful space gap, this beautiful soul that sits within your structure, in your head. And when we connect our breath and our thoughts and intentions together, we create a field strength that resonates and reaches across oceans, galaxies, within inside ourselves and outside of ourselves. And so when we tap into a field strength, a condition, an environment, we can send a field strength of beauty, of love into the environment for another soul to receive, person, being, creature, animal, mineral, vegetable. It's all the same. They all have a soul. They all have a deep, deep connection. We're all part of the same process. We all came from creation, and we're all part of the creation. And in this very moment, we can give that energy to any being, to any soul present who would like, who needs this energy transfer in this very moment. And so when we understand that if we see this planet, this cell, this could be the cell in your body. And then if we go in deeper on another level, this cell replicates itself continuously into the creation, and then expands out into a universe, into the, let's say it expands out into the earth, becomes the earth. We have the core in the middle. We have a transition. Then we have the surface, the crust, same as the skin on the man. It's the same structure. And so when we use our thoughts and intentions, we become the Mojon. We already are connected with the universal family. They are us. We are part of this structure. And it's in every single one of us in this very moment. In this very moment. And it's a wonderful thing to experience with each and every soul here present in this very moment, this deep connection. And then when we, with our thoughts and intentions, use our energy, use our thoughts to connect, to give that, whatever it is that makes you happy, that makes you joyous, that gives you a contentment to want to, a need to experience and share the energy transfer to another being, another soul, another, however you'd like to describe it within your understanding. We, through these teachings, have come to understand the significance and importance of who we really are, what we really are, and where we really are. And all of us, in each and every single one of us, are all the same in this exact same moment. There's much more I could say, but I think for now that sort of it comes to a natural conclusion for the thoughts and intentions I had with linked to my my breath as these words are spoken out into the ethos of the universal flow of the earth and beyond. And in these moments, in this very moment, deeply connected with each and every being, as we all are, breathing the same air and becoming part of the same structure that, as we saw in that beautiful video that was presented of the Mojons, when you actually connect with it, you realize that it's all there and part of us. And I think it happens for various different, I can only speak for myself, but I'm sure other people have experienced it on a journey, on a path of discovery and beauty of the knowledge of the universe. It comes to us all in different parts and fragments of our lives, and then expands and opens up. And when we focus, when we actually come to realize certain aspects of it, we start to understand that we have this wonderful divinity of creation within inside ourselves that can create any aspect that we desire, we need to fulfill our own space gap, and to then share that equally and unconditionally with each and every other soul that is present in the moment. Thank you all for listening. Thank you, Rick.
Thank you, my dear Rick. Beautiful words always, as you say. Is there anyone else want to say something about the Mojan presentation? And if there is no question or anything, any sharing for the Mojan. Thank you, my dear Dean. Thank you, Andreas. And now we can go to the next slide, my dear.
Bear with me a minute. I've lost the presentation here. I have to regain it. Okay.
Now here, my dear beautiful souls, the Dome of Peace. I welcome you, my dear Dean. If you can read in your beautiful voice, the Dome of Peace in the beauty and totality. Is that okay, my dear Dean?
Yeah, of course, Swet.
Hello?
It would be an honor and a pleasure to read it, of course. So, the Dome of Peace. Please remember, every Sunday from now on until we raise the soul of this planet
Okay.
to a peaceful planet.
Okay. This is the Dome of Peace and the home of peace. In an untangible way, we have done this. The Dome of Peace is here. We are in the Dome of Peace. As we say, if you wish, you are in the path of the Dome of Peace. And you are all welcome with an open heart and soul. And here is the, I will say, the words of beauty and totality. Please remember every Sunday from now on until we raise the soul of this planet to a peaceful planet, Keshe Foundation knowledge seekers worldwide will spread the Gans waters and around the world at 12 p.m. CET and 18 p.m. CET every Sunday, at the same time as they choose which time to suit them. Thank you for participating in the greatest moments by the soul of the man to bring about the peace on this planet, a permanent feature of the life of this planet. Mr. Keshe suggests we add the next step to create the dome of peace with the power of the soul. We asked you to spread the Gans waters each Sunday. Now we give you a new path. You try to unite each other's soul. Try to elevate the soul of humanity through your own soul to a level that no one can touch, and no one can touch the embodiment of human race. Choose a time where all of you come together on the soul level in a state of inner calmness. At that time, don't spread the water. Don't spread the water of Gans, but spread your soul. Unite, and in time, we will make a new race out of the soul of man. And then, instead of doing it once a week, do it all the time. M.T. Keshe, my Messiah, Shriman. So I will say that a few words that when we say connect with the soul, as Stefania just said in her presentation, that if we are focused enough to understand the way of peacefulness, we can give the services to all humanity wherever they are, even to a stone, to a little sand, a crystal of sand, our services as needed. So this is how all the oases in the Dome of Peace will work. The connection of the soul is very necessary. So, like the moon day, the all is connected with the soul. And then there is the spraying we have done by many knowledge seekers all over the world. And there is our dear knowledge seeker Liliana Lopez. She has the Zoom ID for if anybody want to be present, they can go there and have their video sent, or have their say to the spraying of guns wherever they do. And this is the beauty of it. Now, because of the shower of the beauty and totality, all souls are in a way awakening and getting aware in the soul level that the plan is of beauty and totality. The dome is of beauty and totality. So, my dear ones, welcome again. So, anyone wants to say anything? Any beautiful souls want to say anything about this path of peace? a home of peace?
Sweta, it's Dean here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you clearly. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. So the Dome of Peace, thank you for reading that out, Sweta. I was going to read it. I think my mic was down or something. It didn't quite come through. So thank you for reading that. So the Dome of Peace that we see in front of us, we see this, this star formation that I was speaking about a little bit earlier, and we see the planet again. And the core to all knowledge seekers. Who's a knowledge seeker? I think from the moment that we come into being in this condition on the planet, we are a knowledge seeker. We experience and we express ourselves from the moment we take our first breath. And so we're all knowledge seekers. And we all, as I just said there, breathe, and I've said earlier, we all breathe the same air, which is in an environment of the conditions given to us by the planet with the interaction of the sun that gives us this environment where we have oxygen. So the importance of the sun, if we go back to the understanding that the sun is in every single cell of our body, and the deep connection we have with each and every single one of us. If we use our thoughts and intentions to spray the gas in a nano-solid state, so gas. So in the environment of the earth, we have lots of gases, and the human body has this condition too. And when we connect, we can use those gases within us to spread a field strength. And that connection then reaches every other being, every other soul present within the planet, in the planet, on the planet, and outside of the planet, depending upon our intentions and our thoughts. And this thought, in the moment, this wonderful intention that we all have this inner being, consciousness, soul that speaks with us. When you in a position anywhere, you always have this conscious awareness of yourself. And you have this conscious awareness of your environment, and you interact with it with your thoughts and intentions and your understanding of your environment that you're within, and where your focus is placed within the magnetic and gravitational fields of the environment within and around, surrounding your sphere of your body and of your soul. So this call to all knowledge seekers, which includes each and every one of us, is to elevate and bring about a wonderful condition of peace and beauty across the environment that we are within and that surrounds each and every one of us, which in this very moment is within the environment of this beautiful blue planet, and extends out as far as our intentions and thoughts are wished upon and allowed to be given to. So you all have this wonderful, wonderful opportunity in this very moment to spread the Gans waters of your thoughts across the planet to bring about a peaceful condition for each and every soul present in the moment. In this very moment. And thank you all for being present in this moment. Thank you, Sweta. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my dear Dean, for your beautiful words. You always do. And any beautiful souls want to share anything and more about the spraying of the guns of the soul connection to be in the dome of peace?
Hi, my dear, it's Salomea here. I'd like to share with you some thought about peace, because my name means peace. I live in an entity which is dealing with peace, named European Community. A European Community was created with this aim, to create peace on this continent, European continent, to put an end to the war between the five big powers of this continent, which had the balance of power as a concept of peace. But European community is another type of peace building. It's like star formation. It's everybody together and creating in a circle and creating together this free plasma, which means peace. 70 years on this continent, we didn't have war. Now is the first time when we have this war, but European community is not involved. European community is like a feminine power, superpower, dealing with exporting peace and development in the world. United States are pushing Europe now to get to become a hard superpower, to have military capabilities, but it's not the wish of European community to spend money on military capability. We can create peace without enforcement. We can create peace by exporting soul development and development, sustainable development in all area. We need to include in this concept of sustainable development the elevation of the soul. In this way, everybody will be aware of this possibility to elevate our soul if we will integrate in the strategy of sustainable development of European Union and even of United Nations, this concept of soul development. I think that we can make such a proposal, and people in this way will integrate in all policies this concept of putting the attention on something and getting the necessary energy to achieve it by wish and intention, and of course by renouncing that at our own identity, becoming nothing, in order to become totality. We can achieve totality if we will not lose our own identity, from something to become nothing, and from nothing to become everything. In this way, we can have access to knowledge from everywhere. I mean, from the totality. So we make a shift from time to no time, and from no time to infinite time. And from this infinite time, we can be all together. We can see present, past, and future, because everything is together. And we have necessary energy to co-create our common vision. A vision, as Stefania said, of peace. So we have this power of creating peace. Why do we need to fly? Why do we need to have this motion? When we fly, we go in this space of no time, from no time to infinite time, from nothing to everything, from one to oneness, to allness. And from this position, when we fly in this motion state, we can have this common vision. We put full attention with this common vision, and we will get the necessary energy from inside us. I mean, inside us is a universe, because we are part of this totality, and we become the same with the totality. And we have this power of creation as a creator. We are co-creators together with a creator. The aim of this motion is to be very close to the creator, and be able to co-create with him peace, to co-create the peace at the totality level. And here on this blue planet, when we come back, we have the necessary energy to manifest this vision. So it's in our hands to manifest on Europe, on all other continents, a common vision from a nation, one planet, and one spaceship. And we need collaborative relationship. We need cooperation instead of conflict and competition. So motion will help to have a good health, to have knowledge, to elevate our soul. Only when we elevate our soul, we are able to fly, to travel in our interior, and our interior expand and become exterior. So when we concentrate, we are in a physicality, and we concentrate that attention. We are a particle, structure of particles, and when we are at the subconscious level, we are a wave, and we are part of this big wave of the unicos, of this unified field. And our aim when we fly is to become part of this unified field, to expand ourselves and be everywhere, like our soul wave is everywhere. Only our body is somewhere. But at the soul level, when we expand and when we fly, we become unified field. And from this unified field, everything it's possible to be manifested and created. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my dear Salomia. As your name is peace, so it is. I will say that the communication, the peace, all depends the point of view from our inner self. And the Mojan, as we are all, the Mojan, as from now, we understood that how to focus the intention, how to be the intention intensified in a way in the dynamic fields. The Mojan will, this Mojan, well, I will say training, will help that you can do it and focus on things as you wish for. And this will be a very good, I will say, good training about the ethos of the unified field of the universal grid and at the service of humanity and service of all. And we will understand in peace. And thank you, Andreas, for creating this program so that all of us as knowledge seekers can understand, well, how to focus on things, the intention should be focused so that if we eat something, that will be in the dynamic fields, at the beauty of totality, as the oasis is. So this is the way the energy, we share the energy, If we see something so lovely, we share it in peaceful way in the dynamic fields, as we know. And Mojan will explain us more, as explained very beautifully, more about the focusing and the target practice, I will say, because this is the time to do this. So thank you. Salomia, thank you for your saying.
Much love, my dearest friend.
Sweta, I just wanted to add something very small.
Yes.
Yeah, so we can use the physicality to get certain sensation, no? And we can practice this. So we replicate, next time anything you enjoy. So try to replicate in the totality. So when you walk, you think about the fresh air or the footstepping, everything. You just become more aware of it, and then we just learn how to replicate that feeling of sensation, and we can continue doing this over and over, practice all the time, so we can check it between us next week until we become good at it, so it's just a practice on really learn to replicate feelings, be like a replication cup. I think is a good training. I mean, definitely this was definitely Mr. Keshe talked about this in the Mojan, to be able to start to focus on the way you feel or how things make you feel, and then replicate them. So, and then in this way we can play with it, So if we know people in certain part of the world are starving, we can feed them like that. They can feel they can feel full, the sensation of being full and fed, and because we know now how the fields work, they are magnets, so they attract each other's. So we know that we can be the magrav of each other's. So we can feed each other's, and then like this, everything that we have in mind that we want to improve, or we want to add, or we want to expand to, we can visualize it, imagining, just practice this replication tool that we have. I think it definitely is definitely something that we can gain a lot of it from it, and is the future, and something we can all do together. Thank you.
Yes, my dear Stefania, this is so beautiful, so much, and so inspiring. Even as a knowledge seekers, I forget sometimes, that we have to focus on the intentions, and we can replicate that, and that this will go away or go in the universal unified field and can fit many those who want to be. This is the beauty of it. Thank you for your inspiring words, Stefania. We all will focus on the intention to replicate what we do in the beauty and totality, of course. Thank you so much, my dear.
About feeding, I want to add a little bit. This is more of something that we can do at an individual level. The reason I'm talking about individual level here, in the sense that, we are talking about sending nutrition or energy, food energy to others. So one of the thing that may help us in doing this is to ourselves experience it. So, and it may sound like, how do we, do this? This is like ancient, some mystical practice or anything. No, it can be very simple, really. You have various plants in our neighborhood who happen to be a little better at exchanging food energy than we are. So maybe we should consult these entities called plant life form or vertical people about this, because they're already quite good at getting energy from the environment. So one way to do it, pick a favorite fruit tree and see we can exchange the fruit energy that we like with that plant, and try to feel how that the emotional and the physical well-being that go with such an exchange. It may take a little bit to, it's not a one-way exchange, it's a field exchange, not one-way transfer. So in sending food energy with others, it's not necessarily a one-way transfer. There is a gravitational and a magnetical. So perhaps if we engage in practices with those who are good at it, maybe some of it will rub off and we can help our own fellow humans and along the way. So just a small remark. Thank you.
Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful, my dear.
Yes, I do with the stone as well.
Yes. Very beautifully you said. This is the most beautiful way, the most happening way we can do that. Thank you. Thank you, my dear Moshe.
We can give feedback next week, so we keep a track, like the progress, and see, because we can really make a difference if we work in this way. We can really make a big difference, and we've got a lot to gain, nothing to lose, because when we imagine or we work with the visualization, there is no limits of what we can do. So I definitely invite everyone to practice and see how much we can achieve together. So we can feedback next time. What do you think?
Beautiful, beautiful, inspiring idea and manifestation of love to all those who need. Thank you, my dear Stefania. Thank you so much. Right. Any beautiful soul want to share anything else about the Dome of Peace or about the soul connection? Welcome, my dear ones.
Sweta, hi, it's Dean again. One thing I'd like to add, if just a small thing, would be as Stefania just said, we can exchange and come back and speak about how we have experienced when we give this energy. So we could do an experiment. We could do a magnetogravitational field interaction in this very moment. So we give from our souls to the elevation of the world leaders. We see the sun beaming brilliantly inside the structure of the world leaders. And we give unconditionally from our soul to the elevation of the soul of the world leaders in this moment. And I am present.
I am present, my dear.
I am present.
Now, my dear Rick, we can go to the next slide. Here is the presentation to bring the needs and wishes from your community to the Universal Council as one planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. Welcome, my dear ones, with your sharing, with your love.
If any of our attendees here would like to say something, I can open your microphone. If you raise your hand, let me know.
I have a wish, if you allowed me, Rick, may I?
It's not up to me. It's the Universal Council show, but
Yes,
I think it's
yes,
appropriate time. Yes.
May I, Universal Council?
Oh, yes, of course, Salome.
Yes, okay, thank you very much. My wish is to create peace at the soul level with the help of all states of European Union and spread to all leaders of the world as a peaceful world leaders, which are European Union, to inspire their life, their soul, and their heart to create collaborative relations at the global level by spreading this model of integration, by giving from the heart, allowing all the people, all of the planet to have access to abundance of the universe, to this energy which is abundant. So my wish is to create peace with a peaceful institution like European Union and peaceful ideas from the soul, peaceful ideologies, peaceful relationship, peaceful exchange from the at the material level and at the soul level. Thank you very much. It's sophisticated, my wish, but just I'll try to condense it. So
I am present, my dear.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
You finished?
Okay.
I apologize.
Just to condense it is like spreading the model of European Union peaceful integration in all continents and subcontinents, and integrate all the economic community in a bigger economic community, potential for an international federation of state. To have an international federation of state dealing with cooperative security, collective security, because we will not have from whom to defend, I mean, just to create security for all the people and let them to have the freedom to fly in the universe and get the abundance of this energy. This is my wish. Thank you very much.
I apologize, Salomia, but I am present. I was interrupted. Thank you. Thank you, my dear.
Do you think we should maybe next time on one Tuesday have the picture of the leader of the government? So we have the picture of them and we can use them in the 5 minutes silence to elevate them, like the Queen, the Pope, everyone that we think he needs it. What do you think?
Yes, yes, that will be beautiful indeed.
Stefania, it's Dean here. Yes, I think that's a really, really a great idea, a great thought and intention that we have something to focus, to point an image that we can view and go through, and as I said, elevate the sons within, the souls of those the world leaders and politicians, religious leaders that require our guidance as a universal council and the guidance of humanity to bring about a peaceful position in this moment. So I think that's a really, really beautiful idea. Thank you. Thank you. One other thing I'd like to say, I made a wish in the UC chat. May I bring that wish forward, the UC?
Oh, yes, of course, my dear, of course.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So the wish I put into the UC chat was a wish for the unity of the family of man that has been divided by the wars and conflicts to receive the field strength of elevation with unconditional love from our soul. Man and our universal family as one in this moment.
Beautiful, unconditional, beautiful. Thank you. I am present, my dear.
I am present. Thank you, Sweta.
I am present, Dean.
I'm present.
I'm present.
I see that Dean Hansen has sent a link to one of his images. Perhaps we can, perhaps I'll show that briefly here at this time. It's his contribution to, it's called The Gift of Gan's Creation. And let me just share it here. Gift GAN's creation, it's called.
Beautiful.
Flashy. Thank you, Dean.
Thank you. Thank you, my dear Dean. We all like this, this colorful flash. Beautiful. Beautiful. We are going to see these colors. Thank you, my dear Dean, for sharing this beauty.
Okay, back to our previous programming.
It was a rainbow of the soul, our common soul of the planet.
Okay, is there any other needs and wishes?
I have a wish, dear Rick. If anybody has to say anything, please say, then I will say the wish.
The only thing I see is if there's a comment in the live stream from Freed. It says, another element in feeding ourselves and others is to think of what Mr. Keshe repeatedly said. We are fed by way of the universal fields for 80%, so we only need 20% to add. And thus also can be replaced. And this also can be replaced.
Yes, my dear Freed. Well, we understood the sun is the brightest one, but it is replaceable. And there is the moon. We didn't see the 80% of the energy. So yes, you're right. Everything replaces according as the level of understanding, So thank you for your sharing. Thank you so much. You always share. So here is I apologize. I just want to say that here in India, I consider myself as a universal being, as all of us we are. And what I want to say is, in India, there is a condition created by, that's always by the politicians, the players, the corporate sectors, the media, and there was a fighting between religious factors. The violence is going on very day by day, it's increasing. And they are stoning each other, and sometimes they are even putting gun as firing gun. And this is the media is presenting the wrong narrative of it, and the political leaders and the religious leaders and the corporate sector people are doing business as they do. But this time they should be ashamed of themselves. And I think I would say that haven't they learned something from years and years of going on like things? Haven't they learned? This is the time to learn and understand that you have to be in the services for the benefit of all. Your action should be like that. And this is the wish for now, that you should be active for the services of all humanity, not indulge in all these things again anymore. So this is the wish, and I am presenting it. Any more wishes or something? Anybody wants to say anything? Hello?
Sweta, it's Dean again here. So I'm
No.
present with your wish. Thank you for that wonderful wish. I'm definitely present
Thank
with
you.
your wish.
Thank you.
I am present too.
Recently, if I could just add one field strength would be, I went on a trip recently and visited some other places, some other positions. And the diversity of the cultural beauty of the nations shone through. It always does. Wherever you visit on this this planet, the beings present, the human beings, are always of a. We all have different aspects and different accents and ways of speaking and ways of actions, but you see the beauty running through each and every family of man, each and every single one of them. And the only conflict is the conflict that is superimposed by a field strength that is through various understandings that have been present on the planet for some moments. When we just look this individual, this soul in the eye, and you look into the pools of the eyes, and this soul can be in any shape or form, from a plant to an animal to a human being. You see the soul, you see the beauty within, and you know the structure of the beauty is unconditional love. It's only when the environment around us dictates a certain condition that we allow, that we have these conflicts that happen across nations. If we, as a human race, decide we no longer need this, we no longer require this field strength, then in this moment, we do not have it. We have changed the condition, we've changed our environment. And on these travels across a couple of nations, there was a field strength that was from a previous moment that still resonates amongst certain beings. However, when you look them in the eye and you see the true divinity within, there is no conflict, because you go to the core, and within the core is perfect, it's beautiful. There is just creation, a seed that is ready to create in every moment. And from that very moment, the seed can be planted in another way and shared and experienced by others, that brings about a balance and peace within the totality of man. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, my dear Dean. Thank you so much. I will say some few words. Thank you, my dear Dean. That in the unified field of the universal creator, the ethos are working. And when we say love, there is always love, or there is no love. That is the level of understanding the fields observe. Like they understand, or there is no hate, but we can say there is no love and there is no animosity. Why? Because if you are kind, then is kindness. And it is, you are not kind at all, like this. You know, this works like this. And in this way, we can understand the action, the conduct of every being to, in a way, in the universal unified field, understandable, you know, because there's no yes and no. There is no lie, there is no truth, but there is the ethical conduct. A good is good, love is love, or there is no love, like that. So when we conduct in a way, if sometimes you see, when relationships are breaking down and someone saying you are so cruel, but from inside you have released somebody, you have given freedom to somebody, you loved him so much that you have given freedom to them, him or her. So the ethical way is very different when we act in the physicality, you know? So giving freedom, giving love doesn't mean that you have to attract or to absorb something every time or to come close to every time, but sometimes these things works like this. When you love somebody, you have to detach from it, go away from it, to help you to breathe freely. So this is how, in a way, the universal unified field goes. Thank you for listening.
Okay, if there's no further comments, let's move to the next slide.
Yes, thank you, my dear Rick. This is the contact email IDs of the UC members active, and anybody can contact from anywhere in the world and say, share something, or they want some advice. I mean, they want some question to be answered. What is the process? And also to the also welcome, as Moshrik says, to the Universal Council of the Universal Community. So this is the contact email address of the Universal Council members active now. Please do contact, my dear. Thank you so much. Salam, namaste, salute. Here, the whole thing, all that is love is, we are here to serve, and we have to be focused on it. Be focused. We are here to serve, not to be served. The Universal Council. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, my dear beautiful souls.
Okay, if there's no other announcements, I think that brings to a close today's show. Is that correct?
Yes. But the announcements of TV Galactica and the Reactor group.
Yes, indeed. So TV Galactica, that's what, tonight at 11 p.m. Central European time, I believe. And people can find the links on TV Galactica on YouTube and TV Galactica on Facebook. That's with Marie. And that's a weekly show. And the next public teaching workshop is the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group, which I hold every week at starting at 7 a.m. Central European time on, that's Wednesday, April 20th. And the people are welcome to bring their replications and various inventions and products of the Keshe Foundation plasma teaching, as well as any questions and comments or concepts you'd like to discuss in that meeting is a good place for a variety of topics. Okay, and of course we have the Knowledge Seekers Workshop coming up on Thursday. It'll be April 21st at 9 a.m. Central European Time, as per usual. Okay, I think that's it for announcements. Let's get the music rolling here for the flight enhancement.
Did you say TV Galactica,
Spaceship.
Rick? Did you say TV Galactica or no? For
Yes,
tonight?
Yes,
yes, we just mentioned that, yes.
my dear Rick, the plasma is reacting and saying, clap, clap and dance.
Yes, it's that time again. It's what does that time again. So thanks everyone for attending today's show here with the Universal Council, the 218th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace for April 19th, 2022. Here we're going out with the Flight Enhancement Spaceship Unit, and that's the musical version. Okay, bye everyone. See you next time around.